Lions TV. We are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors you can already see on the screen. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2024, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. This is your post-match analysis video for yesterday's 1-0 win against Watford at the Den. 1,624 days after he was last in charge in SC16. Neil Harris returned with 3 points against Watford and back-to-back wins since he's returned to the club. As always, let's kick off the show by taking a look at the 11 that the Gaffer picked to start the match. And there was only one change from the team that won at Southampton last weekend. That was Longman out and Watmore in. I believe that was to be a little bit more attacking. We had a decent, strong bench yesterday, other than our striking options, which I'm going to go into in another video tomorrow. Of course, coming off the back of the news that Tom Bradshaw could now be out for the rest of the season. But that's the video for tomorrow. As I said, he could be out until the end of the season, and no Sean Hutchinson. But other than that, we were pretty much at full strength. It was Sarkic in goal. Flat back four, Danny McNamara, unreal since he's come back in the side. Left back, Ryan Lender just goes from strength to strength. At right back, two centre-backs were Tanganga and Cooper. Then it was Billy Mitchell and George Saville in the midfield, with George Honeyman, who was really good as well, on the right side. Duncan Watmore on the left, and then it was Zian Fleming in behind / joining in with Michael Obafemi. And Neil Harris put a call to arms, didn't he? He said, get down the Den, get behind the team, and we'll try and give you something to shout about. And that's exactly what happened. A dream start back in SC16 for the Gaffer. 3 minutes on the clock. Free kick. Zian Fleming. We've seen it a million times where he stays out. I think he just stays out to get his song sung to him, in the warm-ups. Everyone else goes in. He hangs back. Does a couple of free kicks that go miles over the bar or wide. And then he gets his song, before he goes in to start the game, give himself a little lift. But as he was lining up the free kick, I think it was Richard Cowell online said 25-yarder. It might have been the club, 25-yard free kick. Never in a million years is that 25 yards. It's a lot further out than that. It was very central, and I thought this is going into the wall or miles over the bar. A Watford fan could potentially catch it up the back of the North Stand. And it goes in. And obviously, I'm side onto it, so it didn't look like it deflected. I did think, why has the keeper not saved it? Looking at it back, and I've seen the highlights. It was actually main feature game on the EFL highlights show on ITV last night. It does deflect, take nothing away from Fleming. That's his 8th goal of the season. And he scored a few, hasn't he, for his last season, especially when he got, I think it was 16. I did say at points he's had a couple of lucky ones, etc., etc. A free kick at that end as well, actually. I think it may have been against Middlesbrough, I think. But look, it take nothing away from him. If you don't shoot, you won't score, as Roy Passy once said. And he shoots, he gets a little bit of luck. And we did get a little bit of luck yesterday at that point, which is good. We needed it. And it goes in. Yes, it deflects. And yes, it was going, I think, in the other corner if it was going on target. But it deflects. Their wall breaks, which they shouldn't have done. It comes off the defender's back. The goalkeeper's got a lot of stick for it. And as you know, I like seeing goalkeepers stick, especially our ones. But if that wall doesn't break, it stands strong. And what I thought was going to happen actually would have happened. And it just hit the wall and gone to safety. But they broke, yes. And it's deflected. And it was going in the opposite corner, yes. The goalkeeper was more on the side of where the ball went in. And I don't know how he hasn't saved it. It's an absolute stinker for him. Good goalkeeper, Ben Hamer, as well. And he had a shock all afternoon. He looked absolutely, after that, like his confidence was shot to bits. Zian Fleming, take nothing away. It's a dream start for us. It's up the end where I sit as well, which is always good. And he celebrates in front of the fans and gives the Den the lift it needed early in the game. After that, we continue to press. It was an attacking force in the game for like the first 15, 20 minutes, and then that completely petered out, which we'll get onto. But a second chance, I think it's actually a kick out of Sarkic's hands. Cuts across it, diagonal, one other way, strikes the ball for them longer kicks. It's when he's trying to go a bit shorter, he worries me. And what makes a good run, gets in on the blind side of the defender. Keeper comes out and sort of tries to, don't know what he tries to do, side foot it, or he sort of pulls out, not sure whether the defender's going to deal with it. And they sort of collide. Ball trickles through. It's very similar to the goal that Watmore got against Blackburn at home last game of last season. And he sort of just gets there. He's done the right thing, in my opinion. He tries to finish it first time. Left foot, tight angle. And it actually comes off the post from, again, from the side where we see it, it looked like the defender had got back. He was on the line. I thought he'd hit the defenders on the back of the heel and gone out. But he actually hits the post, and we're unlucky not to go 2-0 up. The fans are saying we need to kill it off. We need that second goal before half-time. But under Joe Edwards, what was happening was we were starting really good, even better than we did yesterday, 15, 20 minutes. And then for some reason, whatever that is, and I still don't know the answer to it, we just completely fold and go to pieces. Now, yesterday, our attacking prowess petered out, and Watford did start to see quite a lot of the ball. They did knock it around nicely without really hurting us because we was in good shape, we was compact and we was disciplined, but our concentration levels were there. And Sarkic was really threatened. I did feel they're a big side, Watford, and it did turn into a bit of a physical battle. And I saw Neil Harris say on the EFL highlight show that, we want to make it uncomfortable, we want to make it an atmosphere, we want to give everything we got. And the players did do that, and that's what's got us over the line in the last two games. However, the physical battle, I did feel that although he was giving everything and flying in, etc., and we was unlucky at points, I'll keep saying this, but we'll fly into a tackle, like Honeyman will slide in on someone, win the ball, and the loose ball will trickle away straight to Watford player. I don't know whether that's luck or positioning on the pitch, but I did feel that Watford give a good account of themselves physically, and in that instance, they then started to turn the wheel a bit, but I'm struggling to think of a shot they had in the first half. There was one where they went down by the kitchen side, crossed back across goal when they're shooting in the first half towards a cold blow, and Sarkic dives, it bounces, and it does bounce and sort of kick up right in front of him, and he gets a really strong hand on it, sends it about 20 foot up in the air. But other than that, one thing straight at him from distance. And it was a game of few chances. It was a game of little quality and excitement. But I've said this, we played well under Gary Rowett at times, more the way he wanted to play, drilled, disciplined, game plan is what I'm trying to think of. So his game plan, we used to execute his game plan quite well. Under Joe Edwards, we played pretty football. And even at those points, we didn't generate the atmosphere we did as fans like we did yesterday, because that is what Millwall is. And it's hard to explain that to an outsider looking in. You don't have to play well. You just have to give everything to the cause. And even if it, it isn't going your way, I've seen us walk out there. We all have, I think fucking 5-0 against Birmingham, 5-1 years ago. There's loads of games. They've gone off. They've lost. They've not played well, but they've still given everything. And if you know, you know. It's hard to explain to an outsider. So despite us probably playing better under Edwards, definitely playing better under Edwards, and at times under Rowett, Neil Harris knows how to use the tools he's got at his disposal. And asked again yesterday, referring back to that EFL programme again, they said to him, have you got the quality to stay in this league? Have you seen enough from the squad? He said, I've seen enough from the squad to do what we need to do for now. And I really agree with that. I said Harris was the man for the job. I said it was a master stroke. 2 wins out of 2 is looking like, that's definitely the case. However, I did say longer term, I'm not so sure. I mean, look, he keeps us up, he walks away. Imagine he did that. I mean, they'll have to build 2 statues. He don't want to walk away on bad terms. I mean, he could never walk away on bad terms, especially after this time coming back, and if he does save us. But look, he definitely, for me, could potentially save us. But then going forward, going back to what I said, he said we've got the players for now to do what we need to do. If we do get safe this season, which I believe we will, despite every other fucker below us now starting winning every week as well, I think if we don't have a major overhaul in the summer, I think we'll get relegated rock bottom next year. I've said it before, all these players, Balkowski, Hutchinson, Murray Wallace, Jake Cooper, Ryan Leonard, Tom Bradshaw, George Saville, all been brilliant players for us. I mean, Leonard's just getting better and better, to be fair, and Bradshaw as well. He just seems to get fitter and fitter. I'm talking fitness-wise, I'm not talking current injury-wise. I said I'll go into that tomorrow anyway. But look, I just feel that next year, okay, get us safe, but then we absolutely have to have some form of, JB might have to get the checkbook out in the summer. We'll have to. If he can't, then we'll have to look elsewhere for investment. I don't know the answer to that one, but I'm drifting off the point a little bit. But getting back to the game, second half, I mean, I've had to try and fill the show because second half, not a lot happened at all, did it? Really? We didn't come forward at all, but we was, as I said, Watford were winning some physical battles. So even though we was going in for tackles and giving everything and out of possession a lot, wasn't winning all the first balls or even all the second balls, it didn't matter because we was just giving everything, and the fans responded to that. And you saw it right in front of us towards the end where George Honeyman comes back. and he sort of wins a tackle. Then he shepherds the ball in the corner, and he gets put on the floor by a Watford player, and he gets up, and everyone goes fucking mad. Ian Fleming and McNamara giving that one to the fans, and it's just there, isn't it? It's just back in the players, back reinstalled. I mean, you can't explain it. You can't explain it. I mean, Joe Edwards was obviously a good coach, and I think personally, and I said right manager, wrong time. In hindsight, which is a wonderful thing, I think if Rowett would have left, Harris would have come back in, kept us up, and then Joe Edwards would have got the job in the summer. I think that might have been the better way around to do it. If he got a whole summer with the players, a whole opportunity, through a summer to try and sign who he wants, etc., etc. But yeah, look, we get the job done, despite again finishing the game, which we'll go into more tomorrow, without a recognised striker on the pitch. Obafemi comes off, Ryan Longman comes on, and it was sort of a 4-2-4-none, wasn't it? It was no one up front, really. Or was it Fleming? Was it Longman? They was both working hard, but I wouldn't say we had a recognised striker on the pitch. And I would have loved to have seen Ina Maku come on and do that job and do some running. But look, we got it over the line again, in my opinion, quite comfortably. Yes, they had a lot of the ball. Yes, they had lots of possession. Yes, they got the ball into wide areas and got balls into the box, but Millwallness. Neil Harris said it again on that EFL show, giving that a serious plug. Togetherness, Millwallness, and just seeing the game out. The grit, determination, passion, the energy, the fighting for each other, bodies on the line, keep going to the death. The players just have it back like that within a week. And that's what we always say. In an ideal world, we want someone who knows and understands the club to manage the club. And I realise that can't always happen. And I realise we've been lucky that it's happened over recent years. And it can't happen forever. You're not going to get Danny McNamara come and manage Millwall in 10, 15 years. He might say, Dan, you're wrong. But do you know what I'm saying? It's just not how it is in football anymore. You don't get the longevity from players to be sort of legends at clubs anymore, really, unless they're like, big players at massive clubs. Players come and go a lot faster. To have that understanding of the club and what's needed right here, right now. Look, it wasn't pretty yesterday. I've seen people moaning about it online. Honestly, who gives a flying fuck? It doesn't matter. Right here, right now, results are all that matters. And yes, teams are one behind us, but let's not moan about it. Let's say, well, thank God we won our fucking games, because if we hadn't, we would be truly in the shit by now. We travel to Blackburn on Tuesday, and I'll be streaming from indoors for that one. Well, in the new Lions TV hub, the dream is complete. Well, pretty much. A few more bits to add, but we are getting there. The audio could especially be suffering today. I do apologise for that, but yeah, it's just been getting going in this. So I need a little bit of time on that one. And that's a big one, Blackburn. But I said to my boy yesterday, look, of course you don't want to lose any games. But if you said to me, Birmingham next Saturday, Blackburn on Tuesday, and yesterday, Watford, if you said to me 6 points out of 9 there, would you take it? All day long, I'd take it. Blackburn suffered a defeat yesterday. I think that was due to the really good performance they put in against Newcastle in the week. In the FA Cup, extra time penalties, probably legs done on there. But look, I'll get into that. That's another video for another day. That'll be tomorrow. I'll be back. I'm going to do a Bradshaw video / striker situation video as well. And hopefully now this place is sorted, they can keep coming thick and fast until the end of the season. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.